I just had a brilliant idea, and I hate that when I start off and I start off really well. I just started off and I forgot to push the button. And so I had this really good stuff I've been doing because it should take a little while for me to jam in my cat, you know, because you got to get a rhythm going, man. It's all about getting that rhythm going. You don't have that rhythm going, nobody don't listen to you. I got to nobody they gonna find somebody else to listen to. Everybody be listening. I know how to do this because I'm from a city, motherfucker. And ain't nothing, you can't take that away from me, man. You can't take the boardwalk in Park Place away from me. And Parker Brothers didn't invent it, and I was all over that motherfucker. I was in every bay. I was killing sharks and killing rays, and I was taking home 1,000 clams, $18 for 1,000 clams back in the '60s. No, if something like that. I can remember the hills in the morning. The hills would be. We had a family, the Hill family, and they had two Garveys, huge Garveys with 155,000 horses on the back of them. In the morning when they left in the bay, they'd be vertical and shit. But when they came home, they'd be level as a motherfucker with every basket full, boy. And that sister, oof, she was like, oh, I don't want to know. I don't know. It's Venice Park, man. Venice Park to Bay Rat. What the fuck? You know, what were we doing? What are we doing now? This is the thing. This is the thing I came on to talk about. I don't know where I was just then. And I will have to edit that out someday. Anyway, what I was thinking about is these hedge fund motherfuckers. I mean, I don't want to know any of their names. They ain't doing shit that I would want. They ain't doing nothing. They used to be parasites, and somehow they inched their way. They got overeducated, and they found this little niche, and they're really good at this little thing that they can do, manipulating money and numbers and everything. Which bores the shit out of me and bores the shit out of a lot of people. It's good that they can go do that, but they can't be keeping all the money. They just can't be keeping it. We gotta design things. We gotta have structure. We can't just be free. What the fuck? Look what we've done. We just can't. We've got to accept some kind of regulation that isn't totalitarian, and we got to have people, humanistic people that have been tested by, who cares, by, what is fucking AI, been tested by AI. They're good to go. They have heart still, they're not like destroyed by fucking militaristic child rearing practices, which is what the fuck is wrong with us, and really bad nutrition, processed food nutrition that's created these, they're really fat. 30 million people, and they're really fat. They're not going to make it to 70. It looks a lot of them, unless they really change up on their dietary habits that are totally corporate, and they're doing it to themselves, and they're blaming me because I know about it. And I'm trying to tell them about it, and they don't want to hear it. All they want to hear is freedom, freedom, but they don't know what the word means. You got to have a couple years of good. That's why these guys, a lot of people, maybe some of these dudes will go to prison and find out they got this tremendous artistic talent that they never were. They never could sit alone and suffer through themselves long enough to find out where it went or why it was important or anything like that. Because they produce such great art, I mean, if they send somebody to prison, they start producing great art, then fucking get them out of there and put them in an environment where they can help people and interact with people. I don't know. We got to. That's another thing. We got to punish people differently than we're doing it. We're just fucking people over, man. And money, 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 money. Private privileges, private privileges. I was in solitary for 6 months, and it was not fun. A little bit. I had. Okay. There's things I still need to work through in my mind, but it was hard. Weekends were really hard. Weekends were easy and they were hard. They were easy because you were there and they were going to bring you food 3 times a day, and I had books. So I didn't have nothing. I mean, I had something. I had no TV. There's no TV to watch and nothing like that. And you wouldn't get out of your cell. Well, they did like medical stuff on the weekends, so they would, do something down on the floor, and they'd take you down there for a minute or two. But every time you left your cell, they had to shackle you up, and that was a bunch of bullshit. They just fucking, that was overdoing it for the shit that we were in there for. There was nobody that really needed to be there. Everybody was there people were isolated because they were in gangs. People were isolated for various reasons. And I chose isolation because I didn't like my cellmate watching me take his shit, and we got into it. And I mean, I didn't lose the fight, and they came, and I said, well, and yeah, all you have to do to go to solitary is start yelling at the guards. That's all you got. Well, one day I got in trouble because I said Heil Hitler to one of the administrative guys, big tall guy with a butch haircut. He didn't like that too much. And I tried singing, and some of the lifers, you learn right away who the lifers are and why they don't want you to sing. And so you better shut the fuck up because they'll kill you. They just don't have a lot of patience for assholes. And, you just got to learn. I mean, prison was federal prison was a very interesting thing. I don't know how I got off on that story, but I could go on and on because one of my favorite books before I was ever in prison was House of the Dead by Dostoevsky, a brilliant, brilliant piece of literature that emanated from a terrible consequence of writing bad things about the Tsar, just because he could and he had something to say, and it went to his head. I think he showed his egotism and everything about Dostoevsky and his personality are in his works, and so that's fun too to explore that stuff. But anyway, I mean, you really learn what it takes to be a writer, and your father's employees have to kill you. His father's and his slaves, the serfs, his father's serfs killed his father, because he was such an asshole, or just they were having a bad day or whatever. And okay, so this is a test for a podcast. I'm not even trying to do a song. I'm just like talking about my usual skate shit. And so see you later.